Hey everybody, welcome back to Over a Pipe. My name is Martin, and today we have a first impressions video of our last blend of September. And that blend is Esoterica Tabacchiana's Dunbar. There's something flying around in here. Whew. All right, so Esoterica Tabacchiana Dunbar. This is a marriage of 7 premium Virginia tobaccos with Louisiana Perique. We are going to end this month off right with one of those unicorn blends. Let me go ahead and break the seal on this one. In case you're wondering what this is paraffin. It's a very waxy substance. If you think paraffin, like paraffin wax. And all this does is assist in sealing your tins. But yeah, as you can see, it stretches and stretches until it eventually breaks. It's a great little it's a great little assistance in A, sealing tobaccos, and B, reducing the smells. It reduces a lot, especially if you have English blends. My wife, she gets a little, she's not the biggest fan of the aroma of English blends, but utilizing the paraffin will drastically reduce the smell. Drastically reduce it. Today we are going to smoke this for the first time in my Missouri Meerschaum Legend Rusticated. I love this pipe. It just feels so good in the hand. It's one of my favorite things. So let's get started with this. I'm super excited. Again, this is produced by J.F. Germain and Son, blended exclusively for Orango Cigar. Let's open this up and see if we've got a good seal. Ooh, there was a pop. There was a pop. All right, let's check it out. Wow. Woo! All right, so right off the bat, you can see the stains, especially on the insert. The first thing that I get right off the bat is an explosive amount of ketchup. Not even ketchup, specifically tomato. You can see how well packed these are. Let's pull this insert out. This is a very stained insert. Whoops, had a little bit fall out. This is what it looks like in the tin. Very well packed. Looks to be very much a broken flake. Ready, like basically rubbed out. Not even a broken flake, but it looks like it's rubbed out. Let's see what all I can get, because I'm really trying to get around this tomato. I mean, it's pure tomato. Okay, I'm starting to pick up more of the Virginias. There's a little bit of bright. There's a little bit of bright, a little bit of oaty type flavor. Some I guess you would say more like bread. Having a hard time picking up any fig or any stewed fruit smell, which a lot of times I would get from Perique. That tomato smell is dissipating greatly. I don't know if it was so much a tomato smell. It wasn't like what you would get from a McClellan. It was very, very different. And I think it might just be the mixture of all of these tobaccos together at once. It's there's such a mixture. As it says, it has 7 tobaccos in there, 7 Virginias in there, and that's what's producing the smell. So it's very tough to pick out those individual specific smells from there. But yeah, this is very much a rubbed out flake. It's pressed, it's rubbed out. We're gonna rub it a little more. Basically, I'm gonna treat it just like I would a flake. So I'm gonna pack this pretty loose, and I'm gonna tamp it as I go. Moisture, it's pretty well packed, but it's pretty sticky. It's definitely sticky. There's a lot of spring to it, but it's definitely sticking together. Okay, on the pre-light, I'm getting definitely some Virginia flavors from this. A little bit of hay, a little bit of oats, some sweetness. Something there that's a little tangy. Maybe that's the Perique. Let's light it up and try it out. I have yet to be disappointed with a Esoterica blend, so I'm pretty excited. You know, wow. This blend does not disappoint. All right. So you've got some really good mature Virginias in there. That is a fact. There's not a ton of hay sweetness to it. But there is a slight amount. So you get, right at the beginning, you get that little bit of hay, tiny amount, just enough there to give you a bit of a floral note. Then the matures are kicking in. Essentially what we have is we have a multi-stage intake. We have the very initial just slight amount of sweetness, to a breadiness, to a toastiness, to a slight pepperiness right there at the very end. Very slight. I get some of that pepperiness in the retro, and it's not. I mean, it's not punching you lights out. It's just enough. It's got just the right amount. Man, the Virginias are so good. The Virginias are all there. They're abundant. You can taste the mixture of them, but it's oh man, I'm trying to not give it a derogatory example for what I'm picking up, but it's like any good mixture you've ever had of something, whether it was a good stew, a good smoothie, it's got all of those notes in there. A great drink, a great like any complex mixture of items where it's very hard to tell what's in there. And then the Perique is, almost reminiscent of like if I had a mojito and that mint that's in there, the person that does it right doesn't put in so much mint that I'm tasting mint. They put in so much mint that it just provides that slight cooling effect in the mojito. I would say give it some drying time. I'm getting a little bit of tongue bite. Which is the only thing negative I can say about this blend. I only have a few tins of this, and I think I might have a bag. But I think I'm going to stock up quite a bit on this. Because you can truly taste the multitude of Virginias, but you can't quite figure out which one is deviating from the pack. No, there's not one that's leading in this scenario. And maybe that's a great analogy for it. This is like, somebody, who's dog sledding in the Iditarod. You've got everybody is working completely in tandem. This might be, it's so evened out between the different elements that it's almost, I don't want to say boring, but you could say it's close to boring. But you would be wrong, because every one of those tobaccos is shining, but they're all shining at the same time. It's like having one candle in the dark and nobody can see it, but then you put 7 or 8 candles together, and yes, they all have their own small light, but together they're making, this bright light that can be seen. Man, I'm usually very critical of the Esotericas because they do have a lot of hype. But you know what? Just like their English blends and everything else, they know how to use these specific tobaccos and elements in their blends. I mean, they know. I don't know how they know, but man, they know. There's a lot of blends where I don't get enough Virginia, or there's too much Perique, or there's Man, that's good. Man, that's good. I am going to be stocking up on Dunbar. This has, as I say, sealed the deal for me. I don't know if I can even put this in the blends to rule them all category. I feel it's almost unfair. And that is not to cast the shadow over all these other blends. Every one of these blends are good in their own right, but there are not a lot of vapors that I like. Not enough to say I would want to stock up on them. Man, the breadiness, the slight sweetness, the toastiness, the little pepperiness, almost like, I took like a, like I was down there with Padre Piper and Sarge and, having yourself some beignets and this, that, and the other, and then maybe having a French baguette and dipping it in a little bit of olive oil with some herbs and pepper. I am not the biggest Perique fan. Maybe until now. Well, everybody, that'll do it. I am going to finish this bowl because it is so dang good. Believe the hype. I'm sorry. Just believe the hype. I wouldn't say that about all their blends, but man, if you can take somebody that's not particularly a vapor fan and make them a vapor fan, you sold me. That's a fact. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to finish this. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for having a first impression smoke with me with Esoterica's Dunbar. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down there so that way you're alerted when there's an Esoterica drop and get you some Dunbar. Oh man, this Martin from over a pipe. Get you some Dunbar and stick it in your pipe and smoke it. Smoke it, smoke it, smoke it.